Hello. I am so excited and definitely a little bit nervous to be here to kind of reintroduce myself and this YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I have had this YouTube channel for, oh my gosh, I'm spitting already. Great. Um, for as long as I've had my business, which is 13 years now. I started posting content and videos and tips and tricks around journaling and happiness that long ago, but never really was consistent with it. I've done other platforms. I've been on Insight Timer as a way to kind of connect with people and journal together and that kind of thing. And this year in 2025, I decided I'm gonna bring life back to this YouTube channel and connect with you all, journal together, give you some really great information and inspiration around creating a life that you love, around prioritizing joy in your life, around creating a really beautiful journaling practice, and really so much more. And I have so much I want to say um, about this channel and what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be talking about. But I'm going to try my best to make this really short. And the first thing I really wanted to do was kind of take a moment to reintroduce myself for those of you who may be new here or somehow like stumbling on this video. I'm Ashley Looker. I think that goes without saying. um, I'm the creator of Unique Holistic Happiness. That is my business name. I have a year-long journaling membership called the Year of Awakening, which is probably one of my most favorite things that I've created in my life. Oh, and that's Winston. If you just heard a little someone barking, I'm really surprised that the other one, Wendy, hasn't started barking, who has a particularly sharp bark. So, um, no doubt you will meet them at some point. But yes, so I've created the Year of Awakening. I have created many different courses, many different workshops. I'm a speaker, I'm a mindfulness teacher, I'm an ICF certified professional coach. I've created products along the line of my business. So I have this handy. I was a little bit prepared. This is my Awaken Your Joy journal prompt deck. This has been a really popular product that I've created. And it is a prompt deck that has been designed to help you create more joy in your life by understanding your relationship with joy and what kind of stands in the way of you experiencing more joy in your life. So that's been a really cool thing that I've created. It actually has a guidebook that goes along with it now. That came a couple years later after I created the deck. This year, I created a journal for the Year of Awakening. So this is one of my prized possessions, one of my newest journals that I created. This is actually available on Amazon, and I can link that below this video. But this is a year-long journal that we are using to answer every single prompt in the Year of Awakening this year. And I can't believe that this came 5 years after the launch of the Year of Awakening. I can't believe it took me that long to create a journal for that community, because I consider myself really the journaling queen. As a matter of fact, I consider myself the happiness queen, the journaling queen. The majority of what I do and the work that I do in the world is all about knowing yourself and creating a really deep, insightful, kind relationship with yourself through our journaling practice, and also creating lives that feel fulfilling, that are just filled with joy and excitement and enthusiasm. And I came to this work, of course, through my own experience of going through the motions, burning myself out, putting my productivity before my health, all of those things and all of those experiences really led me to understand, and, the hard way, of course, how important joy is for us with our mental health, of course, our emotional health, of course, but also our spiritual and our physical health. Like, joy is healthy. As a matter of fact, joy is something that we absolutely need in our lives in order to thrive. And it's been really shocking for me over the years to see how many people deprive themselves of their joy and put their joy off because this isn't perfect quite yet, or when I achieve this, then I will feel happy. I've been working to kind of debunk that myth and really center people's lives around joy for however many years that I've been doing this business. So, with this YouTube channel, that is something that you're definitely going to get inspired around, is joy and journaling and empowerment. I also really want to take time here to kind of just talk about life. I am an introvert, I'm an empath, and I am a Pisces. I am deep, I am emotional, and I love having deep conversations. And so I'm going to have some scheduled content, I'm going to have some live content, and I would love for you to join me on some of those live calls to go a little bit deeper with me and just talk about life. What's coming up for you? What's working for you? What's not working for you? What are some of your goals? What's inspiring you right now? When are you feeling alive in your life? What are you doing to take care of yourself? Like, I really want to build a community here. Building communities is something that I am exceptional at, come to find out. And this shocked me really as an introvert, because I can be alone all the time and not talk to anybody for like weeks and be totally okay. But the last couple of years, I've really realized that I have this knack, I guess, for creating really beautiful, engaging, supportive communities. And I've done that in the Year of Awakening. I've done that on Insight Timer. I've done that in several different places in my life. I have a in-person women's wellness and empowerment group that I ran for many, many years. So when I reflect back, it's like, okay, yeah, like I am somebody who really thrives in community and feels supported by community. And I really do my best when I have accountability and I have people that I can lean on and talk to and express myself to. So that's really what I want to create here on YouTube as well. So I feel like I'm kind of like late to the game, but I'm just leaning into, like, this is all happening in perfect timing. I know that. So if you are somebody who is really ambitious, if you consider yourself kind of an overachiever, a recovering perfectionist, if you are somebody who is introverted, somebody who is really highly sensitive, if you consider yourself highly empathetic, if you consider yourself a lifelong learner, you're in the right place. We're your people. Okay. We're gonna build a community together. We're gonna build a community of empaths, of introverts, of highly ambitious humans who want to be their best selves. So if you're that person, welcome. I'm so fucking glad that you found me. Oh, and by the way, if you are new here, I definitely drop an F-bomb here and there for sure. I will do my best to kind of, not drop it every other word like I tend to do, but that is just, I got a little bit of a F-bomb problem sometimes. So if that is also you, welcome. Hello. Again, I'm your people for sure. So the first thing that I really wanted to talk about today, if you're joining me for the very first time, is the one journaling practice that you should use this year in 2025 to improve your mood, to increase your happiness, to cultivate a deeper connection with yourself, with the world around you, this is what I would recommend. Okay. And this is coming from somebody who has studied, I mean, endless hundreds of journaling techniques. I just got certified as a journal therapist, I guess. Got certified in journal therapy. So I've studied journaling for the last 3 years. I've been journaling personally for 25 plus years. I will save that story for another time, as a matter of fact. Maybe that'll be a video for the weeks to come, how I came to my journaling practice. Many of you can probably relate to that story I'll share, but so I've been around the block, let's just put it that way, right? Like I've been around the block when it comes to different journaling techniques and methods and what's useful and what's not useful. And what I always say is that journaling is a high has a high ROI. Okay. Like your return on investment with journaling is absolutely incredible. And with that being said, I also want to acknowledge that journaling might not be for everybody. People who struggle with dyslexia, people who struggle with ADHD, people who struggle with processing your emotions, seeing your experiences and your emotions like right there in black and white on a sheet of paper. It's not for everyone all the time. I would take a educated guess, I guess, and say that journaling can absolutely have a positive impact on anybody and everybody who is willing to give it a try and be consistent with this practice. So if you were to start a consistent journaling practice today, and we were like meeting one-on-one together today, and you're like, Ashley, just fucking tell me what do I need to do? Like, what kind of journaling practice do I need to do to increase my happiness, to increase my mood, to feel better about my life? And this is what it is. It is a gratitude journaling practice. And you've probably heard this 1,000 freaking times, right? You've probably heard like, oh, you should start a gratitude journaling practice. Like it has these benefits, right? It increases your mood. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It reduces anxiety. It reduces stress, right? And guess what? All of those things are true. All of those things are true. Gratitude in and of itself has been proven time and time and time again to have a positive impact on your mental health, period. So whether you are like sharing your gratitudes out loud with other people, whether you have a gratitude jar, whether you have a gratitude journaling practice, gratitude in and of itself is going to have a positive impact on you no matter how you're practicing it. But today specifically, and since this is about journaling, journaling is going to really help you experience even heightened benefits, because there is something about something that happens in your brain when you are physically writing on a piece of paper what you are grateful for. And this isn't necessarily like, oh, write the 3 things down every single day that you're grateful for. I know you've probably heard that technique, and that is a very useful technique. I know for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I kind of roll my eyes like, oh my gosh, like that again. Okay. Like I'll do it. Right. But it really works. That absolutely is one technique that you can use. You can use the list technique when it comes to practicing gratitude, but I want to give you a couple other ideas as well when it comes to your gratitude journaling practice. But there is something to be said about putting pen to paper. It helps us really process what is going on, and it helps us really be present with what we are experiencing and what we're noticing in our journaling practice as well. So it helps us kind of process what we're expressing on a deeper level. So there's almost like there's a deeper level of healing or acknowledgement or even validation, right? Like journaling is such a beautiful validation practice, like internally validating ourselves, right? Versus looking for validation from people and things outside of ourselves, right? Like the like button and that kind of thing. So journaling really helps to build confidence in that kind of thing as well, which we're going to go into in the weeks ahead on this incredible YouTube channel. Which, by the way, I was thinking this year I renamed my newsletter, which it's so funny because when I started my business 13 years ago, going on 14, April will be 14 years. Oh my God, it's so crazy. I was looking back and I was kind of deleting some things like fresh for the new year on my computer. And I came across this old workbook from like, it must have been one of the first years that I started my business, and it was called Wildly Free. And as I was brainstorming names for my newsletter, which I've been doing for as long as I've been doing my business, it's one of my favorite things to do. And I was like, oh, I got this download, and I was like, Wildly Free Reflections. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what my newsletter is going to be called. Because I really wanted to have like a name to it going into 2025. So maybe that's what we'll call this as well. Wildly Free Reflections on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you think. But anyway, okay. So going back to gratitude, a gratitude journaling practice can absolutely be a list. And if that feels like the easiest place to start, please do start there. 3 things every single day. Try it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just see what you notice, right? See what you notice internally. Notice if there's any shifts that you have made about your beliefs, about what you're noticing, right? Because gratitude really does have a tendency to shift us from that lack and scarcity mindset into a state of like abundance and really noticing things that often go overlooked, right? So, one of the things that I encourage my clients to do is to come up with something that you've never thought of before, right? Like it's really easy to write down in your journal, like, oh, I'm so grateful for my partner or my pets or my home or coffee or like, right? There's some things that kind of tend to be repeated. And so I want to encourage you to like think about things that you really tend to overlook in your life. Is it your phone? Is it a really nice, smooth writing pen, right? Is it the smell of your niece when you gave her a hug goodbye the other day? It is often those like little things, the ability to smell fresh air or to smell fresh baked bread, these things that often go overlooked, that can really help deepen the sense of gratitude and have an even bigger impact on your overall mood and overall happiness. All right. So look for something that is kind of out of left field, and really challenge yourself to come up with something new and different every single day, rather than it being kind of the same usuals is what I like to call them. And those things are absolutely great too, right? Like write those things down, please do, like acknowledge those. And also notice the things that often go overlooked. Okay. So lists of gratitude, noticing the things that often go overlooked, You can write a gratitude letter. That is a really great way to kind of shift out of the mundane list practice. If you have been doing a list practice for a while, write a letter to gratitude, or write a letter to somebody that you're grateful for, or an experience that you've had in the past that you are grateful for. A gratitude letter is such a like creative way to express your gratitude. And again, these practices are going to have such a positive impact on you in 2025. Okay. So again, if there's one practice I could tell you to adopt in 2025 when it comes to journaling, it is a gratitude journaling practice. Okay. So lists, acknowledging the gratitude of something that often goes overlooked, a gratitude letter, acknowledging past, present, future. This is another practice or a technique that you can use every single day. Acknowledging something from your past that you are grateful for, something in the present moment that you are grateful for, and something in your future that you're excitedly anticipating that you're going to be grateful for in your future. Maybe it's a trip. Maybe it's something that you're manifesting and you're kind of already putting yourself in that mindset of like, it's coming to fruition. I'm going to feel this immense sense of gratitude when it actually manifests and comes to fruition in my life. All right. I have my list here. Oh, last but certainly not least, when it comes to your gratitude journaling practice, one of the things that you can try on as the days and the weeks and the months go on, and you're really developing this gratitude journaling practice, is to acknowledge why you're grateful. So again, going back to those things that are kind of easy to feel grateful for, right? The coffee, the pets, the money in the bank, the partner, that kind of thing. Go a level deeper and express why. Right? So I'm grateful for my partner. Like, don't just end it there. Express why you are grateful for your partner. What is it about your partner that you're grateful for? Is it their ability to listen to you? Do they give like just the most epic advice? Do they make you laugh on a daily basis? Do they support your dreams and desires? Why are you grateful for this person or this experience? Express why. And again, it's going to deepen your experience and it's going to heighten your mood and increase your happiness. And so just imagine, right? It's the beginning of January right now. Just imagine your level of happiness that you're going to experience if you engage in a consistent gratitude journaling practice every single day. Where are you going to be? Right? Like, where are you going to be in December if you commit to this practice? And it does not have to take long, right? It doesn't have to be a half-hour practice. It can be a 3-minute practice and have just as much of an impact. Okay. So stick with this practice all year. It is the one practice that I would highly recommend to anybody who is looking to start a journaling practice. Allow it to be gratitude. Okay. And as I was thinking about this, I'll leave you with this because this is actually a little bit longer of a video than I was expecting. But allow yourself, because with gratitude, with this kind of like acknowledgement of the good, you can also think about, celebration and wins, right? And also miracles. So if you get kind of like stale or you start to feel kind of stale in your gratitude practice, shift into like, what are the wins of the day? What are the things that you are celebrating that day? They're still going to like heighten your mood, but it's just going to bring a different kind of flair and a different twist to things. So the other thing that I would recommend are miracles, right? What are the miracles that you are recognizing in your life? What miracle happened today, right? Were you able to go an extra block on your walk? You weren't able to do that before, right? What a fucking miracle. What an incredible celebration, right? Were you able to make it on time to a meeting? And that feels like a fucking miracle for you. So miracles, celebrations, wins, if the gratitude practice runs a little bit stale, practice those things as well. Kind of maybe even a mixture of those throughout the year is really going to boost your mood and your mental health. Okay. So do this for you, do this for your mental health. And gosh, I can't wait to like talk about this again in December and really recognize and celebrate how far you have come with this gratitude journaling practice. So welcome everyone to Wildly Free Reflections. Is that what we're calling this? If you enjoyed this video, if you got value from this video, I mean, I guess you can share it. This is a cool thing. I'm learning all of these features here on YouTube now as well. So please do subscribe, like this video, share this video if you would like, with anybody who is wanting to start a gratitude practice. And feel free to drop any comments below, any thoughts, any feelings, any questions, and I will do my best to answer those questions. Yeah, to the best of my ability. Okay. All right. Wow. First video in the books. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah. See you soon.